students, how are you all? Welcome to science class of standard 10th. Today we are going to begin our new chapter, and the name of our chapter is Heredity and Evolution, chapter number 9. Okay, what is the meaning of heredity? Heredity means whatever the passing of from one generation to another generation, the inheritance of the characteristics from one generation to another generation comes in. From one generation, all the characteristics which are passed to the another generation to its child. The another name for using, like for a child, it means for its offspring or progeny. It comes in the heredity. And evolution means changing in the traits. Changing in the traits means a change in the DNA after so many generations. It comes under the evolution. Like evolution means the passing, after so many generations there comes a variation. Variation means there comes some change. Like the humans, the human species is now Homo sapiens species, which came from another species of monkey or chimpanzee. That is known as evolution. Evolution means the change in the DNA, which comes under the change in the species that gives rise is known as evolution. Now this first topic, that is accumulation of variation during reproduction, that first topic has been deducted for this recent year. But what this topic is telling, that that variation means difference is also depending on the reproduction. For example, if we take example of asexual reproduction, in case of asexual reproduction, the young one is having the no variation than their its parents. Like for example, if we take example of asexual reproduction of amoeba, the mother amoeba and the daughter cells of the amoeba both are looking exactly same. There are no variation. But if we take examples of a sexual reproduction, so that in sexual reproduction there is a great deal of variation. Sexual reproduction deals with the variation. In case of sexual reproduction, the daughter or the child which is coming from their parents, offsprings or the progeny are very different from their parents, because there comes in the case of DNA copying. So the child is getting the DNA of both the mother and the father. That's why the child is variant from their parents. This next topic is heredity. Heredity means the first, if we take the most first if we start from the most common thing, is that we all humans have the similar body design. All the humans have the same means 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, all the having similar body design. If we go into a few detail, then there will be some change, like a child is looking somewhat like the parents, so it comes a change from family to family. Then if we go in more detail, then it comes more detail or the precise thing we can come to know. And the last precise thing, that is the DNA copying or the genetic difference. The most important thing is the genetic difference. So genetic difference means the change in the gene of offspring. So from where the child is getting the gene the child is getting from the DNA. Okay, and where the DNA is situated in the chromosomes, and where the chromosomes are situated, chromosomes are there in the nucleus of the cell. Okay, so this is the most detail or the precise thing that a human body is having. So change in the trait comes because of the change in the genetic difference. The more the genes are reacting, the more the differences we can find. Now, inherited traits. In this activity, there is one example. You can see the earlobes of the two different person. One is having attached earlobe and one doesn't have the attached earlobes. Okay, so this is also some kind of variation which we can find from person to person. Okay, now the rules for the inheritance of the traits, so that in human beings both the father and mother contribute practically for the genetic material of the child. Okay, means the child is having the genetic material, the genes from both mother and father, and both of them, it means they both of them having the DNA of they contribute their DNA to the child. To understand these things very quite nicely, the scientist named Mendel has worked out on the main rules of inheritance, and it is interesting to look at some of this experiment more than a centuries ago. So what this Mendel, the full name of Mendel is Gregor John Mendel. What Mendel has done, he done monohybrid cross pollination first. Monohybrid cross pollination means what? Monohybrid cross pollination means cross pollination of two plants with the same with different characteristics, but taking only one characteristics. For example, I am telling here he had took two plants, two pea plants. Okay, both are pea plants only, but one pea plant is of tall height and one pea plant is of short height. So what he done? He done the cross pollination of two plants, and what will be the resultant? The resulted four plants will be, all four plants is of the tall. All are the result of the tall height. Why all are the resultant with the tall height? Because of the genes. In genes also there are two types of genes. One is dominant gene and one is the recessive gene. Dominant gene means who will express itself more and more. It means dominant gene. And the one which will express itself very less, it's known as a recessive gene. Dominant gene will be undertaken in the capital letter, and recessive gene will be undertaken in the form of small letters. Okay, so in this you can see tall plants is capital T, it means that a dominant one, and the short means short plants are small t, it means they are the recessive genes. So when the cross hybridization is done between them, we can find all the way to capital T small t. Capital T small t, still we are telling it as tall plants. Why? Because capital is a dominant one, and always dominant will express itself more. So here once again, if we do that the product is F1 generation, again F1 into F1 generation if cross pollination is done. So the means it capital T small t multiply capital T small t, it means tall plant into tall plant. The resultant will be 3 tall and 1 short. But in that also you can see the genotype, that is capital T only one plant, capital small 2, and 2 small are only one plant. Okay, so this will be the 3:1, means tall ratio short, 3 will be tall and 1 will be short. It means 75% plants will be tall and 25% plant will be short. Okay, and if we see capital T, it is 1, capital small they are 2, and 2 small they are 1 plant. Okay, and that will be that resulted will be the F2 progeny. Understood? So here the Mendel got the, in his experiment it got the ratio of 1:2:1. Okay, what is the meaning of that? That one is having the two dominant genes, the two plants are having one dominant and one recessive genes, and one plant is again having the recessive genes. Okay, and why he choose only the pea plants? The reason for choosing only the pea plant is that the pea plant are easily available, and if we do this experiments on this pea plant, after that experiments it's of no use, so that it means it is wasted. But pea plants is taken because the pea plants can grow very fastly. Means if we have used 2 or 4 pea plants, that again it's very easy to grow pea plants, because the pea plants can grow very fastly. So this is what the Mendel has shown in monohybrid cross pollination. Again here this cross fertilization, it is shown with the another example. You can clearly see one pink and one white flower, The resultant by cross pollination is pink because it's a dominant one. Again, it is going self fertilizing. It means F1 into F1. The resultant will be 3 pink and 1 white. So this one will be the F2 generation. How do traits gets expressed? Okay, so it is again here it's explained by dihybrid cross pollination or dihybrid cross fertilization. What he took now two characteristics. In the previous he took only one characteristic, that is of only height. Now he has took two characteristic. One is of shape and one is of color. He took round and green and wrinkle and yellow. Two characteristics, one is of the shape and one is of the color. So round and green versus wrinkle and yellow. So from capital R, capital Y, what will be expressed? Capital R and small y will be expressed in wrinkle and yellow. From wrinkle small r and the capital Y get expressed, and the resultant will be F1 generation, that will be round and yellow. And if we again do the cross hybridization of F1 generation into F1 generation, we will get this result, and that will be 9:3:3:1, means 9 plants will be round and yellow, 3 plants will be round and green, 3 plants will be wrinkle and yellow, and 1 plant will be wrinkle and green. So total 16 plants, 16 different plants we will get with the different varieties from 556 seeds. And this is independent inheritance of two different traits, that is shape and color of the seeds. Okay, so this is explained over here. This is explained by the fact that each gene is present not as a single long thread of DNA but as a separate independent piece called a chromosome. Thus each cell will have 2 copies of each chromosome, one from the male and one from the female parent. Every gamete cell will take 1 chromosome each pair, and this may be either maternal or paternal origin. When 2 germ cells combine, they will restore the normal number of chromosomes in the progeny, ensuring the stability of the DNA of the species. Such a mechanism of inheritance explains the results of Mendel's experiment and is used by sexually reproducing organisms. But asexual reproduction organism also follows similar rules of inheritance. Now our next and the most important topic is sex determination. Sex determination means to identify which sex, or means which the girl child or a boy child will be born after undergoing through sexual reproduction. As many how is the sex of a newborn individual is determined, that we will be studying here. Okay, so from male, the germ cell of the male is known as sperm cell. In its sperm cell, some sperm cells are having the X chromosome and some are having the Y chromosome. In a human being, there are total 23 pairs of chromosomes. Among them, 22 pairs of chromosomes are same in both male and female. The 23rd pair is different in both. Okay, so the 23rd pair is known as sex chromosome. The 23rd pair will decide which sex will be of the child. It will be a girl or it will be a boy. Okay, so the female egg cell is containing the XX chromosome, XX cell, and the male is carrying X and Y. Okay, so the male is having X or the Y gamete, but the female is having both are X. If they will undergo sexual intercourse, the zygote in the female is already having X only. So from female, the X will only participate. Now it depends on the male. From male, the sperm cell which is entering, that sperm cell is of X gamete or of Y gamete, or that is X chromosome or Y chromosome. If the X chromosome is coming, so that in the zygote which is formed, that will be of XX chromosome. If from the male Y chromosome is participating in the sexual reproduction, then the resultant will be XY, which you can see here. So if in the zygote, if it is of XX chromosome, then the offspring, or means the child, will be female, or you can tell the girl child. But if the participation of from male, it comes of the Y chromosome, then the child will be male, because the pair will become of XY. Okay, so in many areas it is seen that females are made responsible for the girl child. Many families, if they don't want girl child, and if they are getting the girl child, they are telling that it is because of the mother they are getting the girl child. But it is not the fault of a female, it is completely depends on the male, because female is having two X chromosomes only. From female only X will participate, but it depends on the male, that from the male the X is participating or Y is participating. If in the male, if in the formation of zygote, if the sperm cell is getting the sperm cell which is participating, that sperm cell is having Y chromosome, then the resultant child will be a boy. And if the from male, if it is entering the X, then it is a female, or the girl child. Understood? So this so in many areas the sex determination was so much started, but it is completely banned by the government, because by detecting or by determining the child, they takes the unwanted decision, or by killing the girl child, or killing of the zygote or the fetus. A child who inherits an X chromosome from her father will be a girl, and one who inherits Y chromosome from her father will be a boy. So this is what about the sex determination, which is a very much important topic. Before that, we have seen about the Mendel's two experiment. One which we have seen, that is monohybrid cross pollination, and next we have seen that is dihybrid cross pollination. Difference between both is that dihybrid will be having two characteristics. Here we have discussed about the shape and the color, and monohybrid will be having the single characteristics, that is here which we have discussed, that is of height of the plant. Okay, so using this experiment, we can understand what is the inheritance traits that resultant or the offspring is getting. And then we were also studied about heredity and on what the variation it depends. And in that we have discussed about sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction, that sexual reproduction will be getting the maximum variation, while in case of asexual reproduction there will be the least variation. Okay, so I hope you have understand this class. The rest of the chapter will be completing in the next class. Thank you for listening. Thank you.